That's Manchester United's unbeaten record gone at the start of the season. Here's a quick reaction from their manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Well, your first Premier League defeat of the season. What are your thoughts?
Obviously disappointed because it's an offside. It's the goal. So unfortunate to have that decision against you.
You had the opportunity, obviously, to get a point. The penalty, what did you make of it?
Now, first of all, the way they get round the penalty spot, get round Bruno and all that, that's not to my liking, but I do understand it. We shouldn't be that way. Bruno's normally very good in those positions, and unfortunately just missed this one.
Do you think that got in his head today?
No, and doesn't get into Bruno's head. He's strong mentally, and he'll step forward again.
Was he always definitely going to take the penalty, first choice today?
The decisions made before the game, yeah.
Yeah, a debatable one, Steve. Looks like it comes off Mings there, and then there's no doubt in that goal. It's a fantastic header by Horse. Cavani, it's Cavani's man to start with. He just lets him get half a yard on him, and Paul Pogba in that near post area is actually in the perfect position, but then vacates it. If he had just held back and stood where he was, he would have been heading that away, no problems at all. So a couple of little mistakes from Manchester United, and wow, what a fantastic result for those guys.
Yeah, and Horse involved again here, Sean, with the awarding of the penalty.
Yeah, for me, I thought that penalty decision, to be honest, was a bit harsh on him. His arm's a lot closer to his body than it seems, so it seems more natural. So it's kind of hard to give, but nevertheless, he gets the penalty, and I thought for sure this was a goal. But then when I saw it, I was gobsmacked. I couldn't believe, out of all people, Bruno would have missed that.
Is the fact that Ronaldo's on the pitch and there's even a debate looming at all in Bruno Fernandes' head there?
Possibly, but it seemed as if they sorted it out before the game, because there was no grabbing the ball off anyone. He picked the ball up quite calmly. Ronaldo didn't walk towards him at all, trying to take the penalty, so it looked as if it had been sorted out beforehand. Who takes the next one is probably less a debate. I would have thought Ronaldo would be picking the ball up next time, but yeah, huge chance obviously in injury time to try to nick a point out of it, but nobody can begrudge Aston Villa their result.
Okay, he's talking about the goal for Courtney House being offside. Let's have a look. What do we think he's alluding to here, Michael?
Well, I'm not sure about offside. I mean, it's come from a corner and the ball's been played backwards. You can't be, I don't quite know. The only thing is Ollie Watkins on David De Gea. I think that's probably the thing that he's complaining
in his
about.
eye line.
Yeah, but De Gea gets a clean, look at it. I don't think he's blocking his view. We have seen them. We saw a couple of goals actually disallowed at Brighton last week. So, I can understand where he's coming from, but I think that would have been very harsh to disallow for offside.
I have to agree with Michael there. It felt to me like he was just searching for something there. It's a superb header, and for me there was nothing in it. It was just a clear goal.
Let's have a closer look again, just for those Manchester United fans streaming at the television. Is that a case at all, Michael?
Do you know what it is doing? It's making a case for managers to have a rethink about where they put players for set pieces, because as we saw, it was very costly last week. At Brighton, there was 2 goals disallowed, and if and I know there wasn't, but if this was disallowed, you think to yourself, it's a brilliant delivery, a brilliant header of the ball, and for just putting somebody there, then is it worth the risk? Are you going to score enough goals? Do you need to pin the goalkeeper? He's not going to come for much anyway. I would be telling my centre forward, and that's a position I played. It was always my role to stand on the goalkeeper and make it a little bit difficult for him. But I'm starting to think it's a position that if you're going to be blocking the eye line of a goalkeeper and you could be offside, especially as teams now don't have men on the post, so all of a sudden you are in an offside position an awful lot of the time. Might be something that a lot of people want to have a look at when they're preparing their set pieces.
Interesting. Should say huge win for Aston Villa, their first against Manchester United since Martin O'Neill's team in 2009. That was 1-0 at Old Trafford as well. You've been playing for Villa in that first half, Michael. Do you fancy getting on the score sheet?
This isn't as easy as it looked. I mean, Sean, you've been that sort of wing back, that winger on the back post. Describe this chance.
It is harder, but I think on my right foot, if he keeps it low and hard, I think personally it should go, and he should at least try and hit the target and let the defender do his
Michael
job.
would have scored this one though, Sean, I think.
I think Mo would have scored both of them, to be honest with you. But
Big chances for Villa.
That one for me was the bigger chance, and I feel like they have to take one of those chances.
Yeah, you can't ask for any more, can you? At Old Trafford, to have 3 chances like that as the away team. This one came to Paul Pogba a little bit quick. He actually does pretty well to get it near that far corner. I just think if he had a little bit more time to assess it, to see it, but it almost took a deflection and hit him on the head rather than him heading it. But we've seen 4 chances there. The 3 best ones, probably, well, at least 2 of them have gone to Villa.